The next step in making this mockup look a little bit better is working with the paragraph styles that we set up in an earlier video. Now, fortunately, I saved those styles in a separate document that we can import into this document and use. The key, of course, is to have the Paragraph Styles panel open. If you don't see the Paragraph Styles panel, you can always come up to the Window menu, and under the Window menu, you can choose Paragraph Styles. Here inside the Paragraph Styles panel, in the top right-hand corner, you can choose Load Paragraph Styles. Once you choose that command, navigate to the exercise files that you downloaded from our site. In there, you'll find a file called stylescomplete.psd. Go ahead and select it and click Load, and when you do, you'll see all the styles that we configured earlier appear within the Paragraph Styles panel. So the first thing that we want to do is select our mission. So go ahead and choose the Type tool and click inside of the text Our Mission. The other option, of course, is to just come over to the main layer group, expand it, select the Our Mission text layer, then press T on the keyboard to activate the Type tool. When you do that, you can then come over to the Paragraph Styles panel and click H1. When you do that, you'll see a little plus sign appear, which means there's an override, and that override is the style that we applied to the wireframe. So all we have to do with H1 selected is come up to the top right-hand corner and choose Clear Override. When you do that, you should see the typeface change, and at that point, if you want to do anything like reposition it or change the color, you can do that. So what I'd like to do is come over and change the color to white. So inside the color picker, you can come over and simply choose white, and then you can click OK. You'll notice that the type is updated. At that point, it's not really fitting perfectly within the columns that we have set up, so we can press the V key on the keyboard, and we can use the arrow keys on the keyboard to nudge this element into place. Remember, V on the keyboard selects the Move tool, and at that point, you should have the ability to nudge it into place. So looking at this, remember you can count how many columns you're working with. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns on the left of the type and 4 columns to the right of it, which means we need to nudge this over so it resides within each of these columns. So I think that looks pretty good. We want to repeat that process for the rest of the text elements within this mockup. So again, we can come over and choose this type layer within the main layer group. And at this point, we can come over and choose Body. When you choose Body, of course, you will have that override. It's also important to have the Type tool selected in case you want to make any modifications. T is the keyboard shortcut. With the body paragraph style highlighted within the Paragraphs Styles panel, you want to come up to the top right-hand corner, and from there you can choose Clear Override, and you'll notice that the type is updated. Again, I think I want to change the color, so I'll come over and choose white from the color picker, and you want to make sure that you're selecting white. Remember, it's FFFFFF for the hex code. Then you can come over and click OK. So I think that looks pretty good. Like I said, we want to go through and repeat this process for the different sections. Of course, About Us should be black. In terms of Team here, we want that to be white. And we also want to change the typeface. And we want to do the same thing for About Us. That heading should be styled the same as our other heading we have up here, Our Mission. So let's go ahead and deal with that quickly. Expand About, select the About Us type. And you want to make sure that you have the Type tool selected. T is the keyboard shortcut. And you can come over and highlight the H1 paragraph style. And then all you have to do is clear the override. Press the V key on the keyboard to nudge this into place. I think that looks good. Come over here and select the type layer that contains the body text and style it with body. And of course, you want to clear that override as well. In terms of its position, I think it looks pretty good. Collapse the About layer group, expand the Team layer group, select the Team type layer, and then you can come over and choose H1. You can clear the override, press the T key on the keyboard so you can change the color to white. Go ahead and click OK. In terms of its position, it's pretty close. Press the V key on your keyboard to nudge it into place. Now we can go ahead and scroll down a little bit, and I think we're good. We don't have any other sections that we have to worry about. We were able to use the styles that we set up in an earlier video.